We share with you brand new deals that we're launching here with you for the first time. And this show, I can assure you, is absolutely action-packed, full of some real great crafty products at great deals as well. Now, I am not here alone. The lovely Sara is here. Sara, how are you?
Absolutely tremendous, Joe, and probably more excited about this show than I have been. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I was this excited. That's because, can you remember launch party last week? Something I previewed for you last week. We've got it now, we've got it available, and you are going to love it. And something I haven't even had a chance to preview. Wait till you see them. You're already absolutely loving them. I can't wait to show you this. Honestly, I've got so much coming up and so many demos. This is going to be the most jam-packed, action-packed 2 hours of your day. I promise you that. Isn't that right, Joe?
It certainly is. There is so much within here. Stuff that sold out when it was launched, stuff that you've not seen yet. It's going to be a phenomenal show. Now, we need to start every single launch party, as we always do, with the Out of This World deal. A deal we're only going to hold for 24 hours, but it is going to be a fabulous, fabulous deal. And this week's is the Expression Dies Assorted Collection. £15 or $23.50 gets you all of these. I'm going to show you the backs because I think that gives you a better idea of what you're getting. So these are just really versatile little dies to have in your stash. You've got Invitation, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, RSVP. You've also got Celebrate. You also have as well Little One, Just Because. Celebrate again. You won't get two of those. Special Day, and then you've got your punctuation in there. I'm just going to pick these up off the floor because I went to put them on the side and they went absolutely everywhere. Great start, Joe, from you as always. So I'll pop those down there. If you want to grab them, only around for 24 hours, so do grab them whilst we've got them. You're saving 40%. Now, I know there's a lot of you watching us on Facebook, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of us. I'll do some shout outs as we go through the show, but I see Kirsten is here. See, Gwen is in from Arkansas, Julia from Colorado, Laura in Stamford's here. Hi, Laura. Jean in Picayune is here as well, and Helen from Ipswich. Now, keep joining the conversation on Facebook, but you're going to want to watch and shop over on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and I would say this show, more than any other, you're definitely going to want to shop ahead. Everything is now available for you on the website, so do get ahead. And we're talking about getting ahead. Sara really wants to give you a heads up on something we're coming to a little later in the show.
Yes, I do, Joe. I'm desperate to give everybody the heads up on this. So, those of you in the UK watching me, cast your mind back if you were watching me on Create and Craft this weekend just gone. We launched these new Spectrum Noir Discovery Kits and they absolutely flew. You went crackers for them. Those of you watching in the US, you won't have even seen these. My HSN shows with these aren't until next week, so you're getting a total sneak preview ahead of time. Now, what are Spectrum Noir Discovery Kits, okay? For a start, they are a ridiculous price point. See that price there? That is for everything in this kit, right? Now, if I get one of these kits open, just to show you, okay? So, for example, if I'm on the blended mandala kit, we've worked with literally world-class artists on these. So Baz, who's worked on this one with us, is absolutely phenomenal. Now look what Baz does. He takes you through everything you need to. You learn a little bit about Baz. By the way, all of these artists you can read up about on Instagram. He's going to teach you about the tools that you need to do this, and then he's going to teach you all about blending, how it works, how you get these 3D mandalas. By the way, this, if you've never seen one, is a 3D mandala. So it's all about getting light and shade into your colouring, okay? Now, what Baz is going to do, he's going to take you through all of that, and then we give you all of the tools that you need to get going. So in this kit specifically, you need 3 of the different tri-blend pen colours. So you can see we get the blue, the green and the coral, and then 2 of our special art liner pens in different thicknesses, right? So you get both of those pens in the kit. Now, to put this into perspective, sorry, we're still going, because then you also get on the special paper some of Baz's mandalas for you to work from. So he's drawn these specifically for this kit. So you are going to learn how to put the light and shade. I mean, look at that. Can you see? I know it's upside down. Look at how you get that 3D look on there. That is what you're going to learn how to do in this kit. Now, to put it into perspective, each of those tri-blend pens alone is $3.99, right? So 4, 8, 12. So there's the whole value of the kit more in the tri-blend pens. Then you've got the art liners, then you've got the mandalas, then you've got the instructions. Everything comes in this lovely little gift box, because what I want you to do is I want you to buy one for yourself if you want to get into 3D mandalas, and I want you to order one for a friend or a neighbour or the grandkids who are at home and not with you at the moment, or whoever it is. Get one for you and one for someone else, okay? Because once you get these kits, you're basically going to learn a whole new colouring technique in the one box, okay? So let me run you through the options. Blended mandalas, right, is, I want to say my favourite kit, but I know I'll change my mind by the time I get to the end of it, right? Apparently it's the favourite on the web already, okay? Then you've also got the concept design. Now this is brilliant for aspiring artists. So Cameron Barker here said anybody who's into, anyone who's into graphic design. So if you've got kids at home, teenage kids especially students, who are wanting to learn how to do basically graphic design, 3D art design, this is the kit to go for. Be brilliant for like architecture, things like this, okay? Talking about kids and what the kids would love, this next one, your manga and comic, okay? So this one, again, look at the sort of artwork you're going to be creating. Now, to put this into perspective again, if you wanted to get into manga, look at what we've got in here, right? We've got some of our classic pens, some of our Illustrator pens, the art liner, the papers, the manga drawings, and all of the instructions, right? Now, if you were to try and get into manga without this kit, you would be having to buy a manga art book, you'd be having to buy loads of selections of pens, you'd be having to buy the fine liner pen. For $11.99 or $15.95, you are literally getting the lot, right? So there's my manga one. Let me just keep myself going here because I want to walk you through all of them. Now, this one, I do absolutely love this one, okay? These are for all you art enthusiasts out there who want to learn how to mix colours, who want to do blending, who want to get, you know how it looks like the leaves. I'm going to be showing you these later on in the show, by the way. I'm going to show you how to get this look, these colorations, but this is the kit to go for it for. Again, a 13-piece kit for just over £10 essentially, or under $16 if you're in the US. They're brilliant kits to get started with, okay? Now, what about those of you who want to try your hand at watercolour, right? The watercolouring set is getting you 5 colours of the watercolours. These are the colours you included. Now, watercolouring is brilliant because you can basically mix all of these primary colours. We've given you the base primary colours, and then we've given you some depth and shade colour in there as well, so that you can then create any colour under the rainbow. So this is a perfect starter kit for people just wanting to get started on watercolouring. Now, one of those of you, after my own heart, bit of creative colouring. So if you are wanting to do artwork like this, or like the one on the front of the package, or there she is in real life, just coloured slightly different colourways, this is the kit to go for. All of this and all of this was all done with just what's in this kit. Again, another 13-piece set, gets you all the different colours and everything you need to get started. Now, possibly what I expect to be the most popular pack of all today, when you get a good look at it, is this modern calligraphy set, okay? Now, I'm just going to tell you how this works. So in this one, you are getting 2 of our brush markers. You are also getting the Spectrum Sparkle pen, so you can do the sparkly ones. You're getting the fine liner with the brush tip to go on there. You're getting the fine liner with the fine tip as well. The paper, the instructions. I'm going to walk you through all of this, but if you've always wanted to learn how to do brush lettering, I'm just going to tell you now, this kit. So Winterbird from here is going to teach you exactly how to do it. You're going to get all the tools. And again, I know I'm going to keep talking about value for money on these, but if you were to go out, if you wanted to get started with modern calligraphy with these pens, you'd be talking about a pack of fine liners and brush pens. That's at least £10 to £15. You'd then be talking about an instruction book to teach you how to do calligraphy. £6, £7, £8, £10. Then you would want to start and get some of the specialist equipment. Now our sparkle pens are like £3, £4, £5. Yeah, £4, £5, £6 a pen. Our metallic brush markers, you'd have to get a set for $12.99, $16.95. Actually, we've taken all of that thinking out. We've given you the mixed kit with a little bit of everything. And when I show you how to do these, you're going to love it. But even if it's not you, if you're not thinking about yourself here and you're just wanting to order a gift to either leave on the neighbour's doorstep or to have directly shipped from us to another friend or relative, someone who's looking to try something new, whether it's calligraphy, whether it's the blended mandalas, whether you want them to start an illustration, whether you're sending it to the kids to do the manga or the design, we've absolutely got the kit for you. 7 different kits. They're all wonderful, and I'm going to be showing you all of them later on in the show. So stay tuned with us. I'm going to be doing those in about an hour's time. But in the meantime, our Joe is going to preview literally the star of the show coming up next.
Very, very busy on those discovery kits. So the mandala, I need to let you know, just on that preview, 10% of a big stock has already gone. It's very, very busy on this Tuesday. Also, of the modern calligraphy, the one you've just seen, that is approaching, is actually now 10% of the stock has gone there as well. If you've got your eye on one, I'd say definitely be quick for them. Loads of love for these in the comments. Shania saying she's definitely got her eye on the manga and the comic. Sandy saying they look fabulous. Wanda saying how many pins are in each kit? It does depend kit to kit. I'd say an average of about 5 pens in each kit. 5 to 6 pens in each kit. So, but yes, all the details are there on the website. Deborah saying she thinks these are incredible for the children as well. Save them raiding her larger Spectrum Noir collections. I think that is a very, very good point. Okay, we're going to move on. I really want to share with you the details of the Nature's Garden Butterfly complete collection. Now, I'm going to guide you through the whole thing. I know maybe a lot of you might have seen it on Create and Craft at the weekend and you missed out when it sold out. The shows were so exceptionally busy. We ring-fenced a little bit of stock to be able to bring you here at Crafters TV, but we've had to work really hard, especially on certain elements of this, to be able to put the show together and bring it to you. I know a lot of you want to jump in and order right away. The best way to get the best value is to order the complete collection, because you're going to save £21 in the UK. You're actually saving $71 if you're shopping in the US. Let's go through. Let's start off with this, the Statement Butterfly. Now, you can get the elements individually. Of course, the best way to get the best value is in the main collection, but I don't know how long this one will hang around for, because it is really special. Those 3 huge Statement Butterflies. The great thing about them as well is that they are 3 different types and styles, so you can use them separately as 3 individual dies, or what you can do is then layer them up to create this beautiful stackable die cut element that you've got there. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, I know what else is going to be super busy for you as well. The 12 by 12 paper pads. These are always so incredibly busy in the Nature's Garden collection. What you've got here is 50 sheets, and it is double-sided. You've got some planes, you've got some patterns, you've got some backgrounds, you've got some bits that maybe you're going to be able to fussy cut out of here and create things like corners and flourishes and frames. It is all in this gorgeous floral design, which is just beautiful. Double-sided means you can roll it back. You can do lots of different techniques with it as well. So you've got that included there too. And you've also got die cut elements within the back of there too, which are going to work beautifully with the rest of the collection. So that is your 12 by 12 paper bed, 180 GSM, 50 sheets total in that one. Now, the next one we're going to look at is the intricate floral border. Now, this is a really clever die because you can use it, as you can see, just to cut this once and cut one element. But look at how you can continue that. So you can make that as long as you want. You could actually put that around something like a bottle or a gift. You could use it as a wrap die. It's in the collection for you. Now, this next one I love. This is the Rose Bloom, and this is going to allow you to create these really beautiful floral focal points for your card. So you can see here, stamping that up. Think about stamping that up in lots of different colours as well. You've got the stamp itself, you've got the outside edge die that's going to allow you to cut away that beautiful stamped image as well. Very, very busy for that. The next one we have for you is the intricate lace frame, as you can see here. So again, you're going to be able to cut out this beautiful frame there, so intricate, so detailed within that collection. We've got some stamps for you up next. This one here is the Just to Say, and this is all of your different sentiments that you might need within this one. I'll bring that a little bit closer for you so you can see some of those sentiments there, but you've got all of them. There's lots in that collection. You've actually got 21 stamps within there, which is brilliant. Now, it's butterfly a go-go in this collection, which I love because we've got even more butterflies for you here. This one is the Butterfly Dreams, and this is very much a similar concept to the rose that we showed you, but in that butterfly design instead. Again, you're getting that included within the collection. And then finally, one more element for you, and it's the intricate trellis that you've got just there, and you've got loads of different ways of using that. Don't forget, you're also going to get as well that fabulous embossing folder included in there too. Now, the embossing folder is so popular, I'm going to let Sara run you through that instead. So I'll hand over to Sara just to say 50 bonus points if you're going for this as a main collection. You're going to get the extra strong tape pen included as well. If you did want to cherry pick, anyone that's spending over £30 or $40, you will also get 10% off. And if you go for the whole thing, those 50 bonus points are yours as well. Sara, why do you think this was so popular when we launched it over the weekend?
You guys just loved it, and come on, it's butterflies, Joe. We're all a bit butterfly obsessed, but have a look at some of these cards. The thing is, a butterfly can say happy birthday. It can say lots of love. By the way, this is that 3D embossing folder that Joe just said I was so passionate about. This is it with embossing powder in the folder. How gorgeous does it look with a little bit of inking around the butterfly? Or this is it in the pink. I just love, I'm going to demo with that embossing folder in just a little while, but for me, it's been all about that statement butterfly. I mean, this one here, if I get this really close, can you see how fabulous? This is vellum on the end, and then behind the vellum, we've actually put glitter card and then a little bit of vellum on the background again, because it's 3 layers in the butterfly. Now, I'm going to show you this one and demonstrate with it, but how absolutely gorgeous, right? Now, as I was saying, George, you're looking at a lot of these cards. They would work for thinking of you, sympathy, best wishes, just to say, with love. Oh, I've got a cracking one for you as well, Joe. So we received a card in the post yesterday from a friend of mine in Holland, Christine, who's an avid card maker. Do you know what the card was for? Happy 12-and-a-half-year anniversary. And it is my 12-and-a-half-year anniversary. I think Christine was just looking for an excuse to make and send a card. And I think, do you know what? I absolutely love that. Just a reason to send someone a card and tell them you're thinking of them. A butterfly will absolutely do that anytime. Oh, that's that embossing folder. That, oh, Joe, can we just take a moment to absolutely appreciate how beautiful that embossing folder is? Wait till I show you the demo with that. Now, the folder, you know that gorgeous border die as well. Let me show you this one on the overhead, right? That border die is, because it's only a 6-inch one, but you can extend it further up if you want. You can be doing the most beautiful, intricate cards like this. And then this here is actually from that pad, right? So in that beautiful pad, can you remember the back couple of pages? I've been pinching things out of mine, right? The back couple of pages have got all die-cut toppers. However, you've then got the papers. Can you see we've got printed paper? So this could be an insert in your card. The papers themselves, they're a little bit like some vintage retro wallpaper. It's the colour palette that is just off the chart here. Now, I did launch this on HSN in March, so I was overdoing this in the March shows. All my life, you guys in America went absolutely crazy for it, and I mean crazy for it. Then when we launched it in the UK at the weekend at Create and Craft, sold out as a blockbuster over the weekend. The feedback we've just had has been exceptional. People just saying it's that big statement butterfly they love, and they just make a load of butterflies now and they'll worry about what cards they're making for them later. Or this paper pad, what you could do is go for the complete collection and then buy an extra 1 or 2 of the paper pads. You know we always sell out of our paper pads really quickly. If you love these papers, get some extra paper pads, right? Now, I'm going to clean my cards up and I'm going to get straight into doing a demo. And of course, I'm going to show you that gorgeous statement butterfly, because that literally is the pièce de la résistance, as it was, of the whole collection, right? Now, this is the die itself, Joe, where you've got, can you see, if I get you out of here, oh, are you going to get stuck in here? There we go. Yep, so you are getting 3 dies. Now, it's not, I was going to say it's not very often. I've never ever known us do this before, where we've put 3 large dies in a set. Let me make sure I've got all the tape off the backs of those. Yes. So can you see you've got the back, a little bit more detail, loads of detail in there. So you can either use all 3 together or just use a couple of them. So I'm going to do background piece. I'm going to miss out the middle level and then put my detail onto a bit of cream card, right? Now they will go through either your Gemini or your Gemini Junior. I think for speed, I've got my Junior here in front of me. So I'll send the first butterfly through to kind of kick off. And then I'll send the second butterfly through just on some cream, like linen card as it was, to get that lovely detail in the linen card. So there's my base butterfly. Ooh, coming out there. Perfect. And there, so we'll pop this one through as well. Now, although it's an intricate die, if I just twist it a little bit, I don't envisage having any problem sending this through the Junior, right? So I'm going to send that through the Junior. And then if I just get my tape, what we can do, if you want to just deepen the edges a bit more, watch this, this is going to look amazing. You can tell I get a bit too excited with all of this, can't you? It's this kit, man. It is this kit. So look at that. If I get a piece of black out here, might you be able to see this? Do I have a piece of, I've got a piece of dark blue. I'll put this intricate one on a piece of dark blue. Then you can just marvel and appreciate how fabulous it looks. And I'm going to get, let's have a look, I'm going to get a brown ink pad and a pink ink pad. And watch what I'm going to do. So on the edge of this one here, right, I'm going to just get one of my sponge applicators, and I'm going to put a little bit of pink just on the edges, right? Oh yes, it just gives it a total lift, right? That little bit of ink on the edge, look at the difference it makes. Just really softens the edge, doesn't it? So this is the great thing about being in here. I've got everything to hand. Can get on with all the crafting in one go, right? So there's a bit of pink down that edge. And then on my other one, I'm going to get another edge piece off, and let's add a little bit of brown to deepen down this one, okay? So not too much on there, and I'm just going to smooth that around the edge. Can you see it just gives it a little bit more dimension? I'm going to do some of that with some of the papers for in the background as well. And this is the thing, just because it's a pretty collection, right? The butterflies are very pretty, doesn't mean that you can't grunge it up a little bit. This is what I loved about this set. It really does kind of grunge up as it was really well. So look at that there. Just a little bit of brown, just depth, gives a bit of depth around the outside. I'm going to bring this one in. So a little bit of tape in the middle of here, but I'm layering this up. I'm not sticking these butterflies down flat. There we go. Now that, I feel like you need to come and have a little look on the close-up. Should I show you on the close-up one here? Are you ready for this? How beautiful is my butterfly, right? Even if all you do is buy this kit and make gorgeous butterflies and stroke the paper, it is worth it to make gorgeous butterflies and stroke the paper, right? But we're not just going to make gorgeous butterflies and stroke the paper. We're going to actually make this card. We're going to do a nice Z-fold card, right? So this is a Z-fold, or if I show you it up close, can you see the shaping that we get? Here we go. So you can see the shape that you get on a Z-fold card. Now let me show you how we do a Z-fold card, okay? Because it's actually really easy. Already folded mine, right? Piece of the craft card works really well with this collection, by the way. And I've just put a score line in the middle. So score line in the middle there, doesn't matter. This can then be whatever size you want it to be. But that depth there, you then need to make another piece of card exactly the same. so that it's got the same depth in this. So on this one, I just did 1 inch. So you need to leave 1 inch in this part here, but these little bits can be as long as you want, right? And then watch what we're going to do. We're going to flip this over. This connects on the front and this connects on the back. Can you see? So they just connect beautifully well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop just some of those papers from the kit onto the background there. So this background is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm using, for this card, I'm actually using just some scraps that are left over. Now even the tape pen is coming included in this set, right? So I've even thrown you in your big bundle one of our tape pens to get you started, all right? So there's my 2 bits of laid card on there. And then I'm going to do exactly the same here. Oh, let's just make sure I've got the right way up. Yep, so can you see that's going to, no, that's not going to connect on there. Let's just get that, I have it right. You get this right, and then what you do is you flick it over 180 degrees, right? And what I've done is I've just cut some bits of card that are going to go on the front there, right? And I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to give a little bit of depth around the edges with that ink pad. Doesn't need lots, it just kind of needs the, I always say it needs the edge taken off it, right? So it just needs, so it's not quite as strong. And what I love about these collections is all of the papers just work together absolutely beautifully. So you just know the whole set is going to work. When you get it home, you know that no matter, you can take the toppers out of the back, you can take the die cut pieces out, you can layer up different bits of paper from the set and know that everything is going to match in beautifully well and just work fantastic when you get it home. So, little bit of tape down the back of this one here and on the bit that's left on the front here. And then watch how that goes together, remember? So we're going to put a piece on the front, just line that up, see where you want it to go down afterwards, push it all together so it's flat to go in the envelope, but then it opens up to make a lovely 3D, what you call a Z fold card on here, all right? Now, just to finish it off, what I've done is, again, I've popped some of the 3D elements out of that kit, all right? So I've just popped some of the little roses out of the back, and I just feel like it would really benefit from some little roses on the corner. This is what I had in mind when I worked with the team to put this together, that these little roses, we might as well fill every little bit of the die cut space, because you could use all of these extras as it was and put the cards together. It just gives you kind of a bit of a background starting point. And then our gorgeous butterfly that we had, I'm literally going to stick a little bit of tape across the back here. I'm going to stick that on the front, just make sure it goes nicely in the middle of my card. Lift them wings up, and then all I'm going to do is pop a couple of little gems on and we're ready to go. That is how versatile this kit is to use and just how much you are going to get done with one piece. Now all I've used there is the statement butterfly and some of the papers, and that card is just absolutely gorgeous. Super easy to do and absolutely gorgeous, don't you think?
Just beautiful, it really is. I'd like to give you a bit of an update of where we're at. Very, very busy on this butterfly collection. Just want to give you an update where we're at as well with the discovery kits. The mandalas, mandala or mandala? Tomato? What are you saying, Sara?
Tomato. Whatever. Mandala, menda, well, yeah, whatever.
Whatever you call it, a fifth of it's gone anyway. That's what you need to know. Also, the calligraphy, 15% sold out and gone. Illustration, also 15% sold out and gone. So you're going to need to be quick for them. It doesn't take into account everyone that's on the ordering process at the moment. Now, remember, there's a couple of different ways for you to get hold of the Butterfly Garden collection. What you've got, of course, is the whole kit, which is let's face it, that's what you're going to want because it gives you the best value for money, gives you the maximum amount of craftability, and you know you've got all of those elements. When you get it all together, you're saving £21 in the UK, you're saving $71 in the US, and you also get 50 of those bonus points, which is fantastic. And then you get 90 as well if you're in the UK. So you get loads then, you get 240 points for this, which is fabulous. However, if you do want to cherry pick and go for individuals, spend £30 or $40 and you'll get an extra 10% off as well. So there's a couple of different ways for you to get it.
Right, Joe, I've got another demo for you. Back over here, guys. I've got even more that I wanted to. I was like, are we only allowed to do one demo here? Because I actually want to do more and show you a bit more, right? So I've got all my stuff ready and I'm going to use that gorgeous 3D embossing folder. Now, that folder, when it comes, can you see, when we open it up, we've got a raised edge. So when you have a feel of it, you can feel this is all raised up and you can feel that this bit here is all pushed down. Or you can just remember that Nature's Garden's on the back, right? So this is going to push up. Now, if we want to do the letterpress technique, Joe, where you put a bit of ink inside the folder, we're going to put it on the inside of the front. So let me show you. I'm going to work with our sandstorm here because it's just a nice kind of subtle finish. So all I'm doing is giving it a rub all over the background here. Rub all over with the sandstorm. Right? I'm going to leave the middle because we're going to stick a topper over that. So the sandstorm goes in. Your cardstock goes in, and then you're going to close this down, and you can see that colour there in the background of the folder. Now, because it's a 3D folder, we're going to put it onto the base cutting plate. Then you're going to use magnetic and top plate. That's the sandwich combination that you use. And what happens is, pushes the ink inside the folder so that it embeds it in the deboss, which is the traditional letterpress technique, right? So if I take this out now and we lift that up, what you'll see is, ignore the bit in the middle because we're going to put a topper over that, but you can see there, if I just hold it up to the camera, the ink's only in the background, not on the raised sections. And I do think if you can have a look on the close-up camera, you will see a lot of the 3D embossed details. So can you see how the butterflies actually look three-dimensional? And the leaves of the leaves around the flowers also look 3D. Now, what's going to show that off really, really well is if I come to, if I get my pink ink back out, right? And I'm just going to pick that pink up, right? Not too much of it, and just give it a bit of a squidgy over the, oh yes, that looks absolutely divine, right? So just a little bit of ink on that butterfly and on the little flowers, and it just makes it totally jump off the page and come to life. And this is what you want. We've got a colour in the background and we've got our pink now in the foreground because you've used two colours. Now, be a bit sensible when you're doing this, okay? Make sure you use two colours that are going to work together. So, you know, you don't want to use two that are going to completely clash or basically make a big brown mess. I really like the brown and the pink. It's just like a really nice muted tone. And then if we want to go a little bit more, let's have a look. I'm going to just take that brown in and I just want to give it a little bit more depth. Let's just bring it in so you can see it there, right? A little bit more depth around the outside. Yes, can you see it really shows off that embossing? And this is really easy to do, especially those of you who've been treating yourself to our Harmony water reactive ink pads recently. This is one of those techniques that you'll just totally fall in love with because it's super easy. Letterpress technique it's called. And you just get that real dimension round the outside. So we've got the darker brown round the outside, we've got the pink going on our butterflies, and then we've got the sandstorm in the back, right? That I'm going to mount up onto just a little bit of black card. So what you'll find is you don't need to do an awful lot to these cards for them to look really, really good, because there's a lot of gorgeous design there in the background of that embossing folder. So don't worry about having to completely overdo it. I quite like the idea of leaving that to look like, it looks really 3D. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to use one of those toppers lifted up on the front. And when you want it lifted up, you're going to use the 3D glue gel. Now what I'm going to do before I 3D glue gel it, I'm going to stick this bit here, right? I'm going to stick it flat onto the front so that we've got like a nice flat base to our card. And then this I'm going to raise up. So all we're doing is using some blobs. Oh dear. Don't think whoever used this last, which will be me, squeeze a little bit of the end out the top, right? So little blobs of 3D glue gel. I'm going to show you the tip with this 3D glue gel. Okay, once you get it to that stage, I want you always, when you come to put the lid on, squeeze it so that a little bit's coming out the top. Can you see that? Little bit coming out the top, then put the lid on, and then it means there's no air trapped in there, so you won't get that issue that I've just had there, all right? Little bit of a top tip coming on there, so that's going to go on here. And then I'm sure I had a nice little pink ribbon somewhere. Yep, I did, but I've lost it. There it is on the floor. So I've got a lovely nice pink ribbon that I'm just going to put another little bit of glue gel on the back of here, right? Finish that off. Now that is a super quick, super easy card, but that shows off that 3D embossing folder like you wouldn't believe, doesn't it? Just looks fantastic. It's that 3D folder. It's all about the 3D folder.
It really is so very busy, as we knew it would be. I just want to run you through again quickly everything that you are getting included. So you are getting, of course, the 12 by 12 paper pad included. So this is gorgeous. In here, what you've got is all of your papers, the most wonderful designs. You've got some images that are going to be fantastic for you to fussy cut if you want to. You've got some really lovely background papers as well. Great selection. Love that it comes in a pad, keeps it all nice and neat for you and in pristine condition. And then as Sara just showed us, all of those wonderful die cut elements within the back of there for you as well. So we have that and then there is so much more in here. The bit that was so popular individually when we launched this was the humongous butterfly that we've got here for you, that statement butterfly. And the great thing is about it, you've got it in 3 different styles of butterfly here. You can use them individually, which is wonderful, or what you can do is actually stack them up and use them as a layered element, and you can see just here how that all fits and works together, which is beautiful. So we have that element just there. We then have the Butterfly Dreams, and the Butterfly Dreams is gorgeous. What this is a coordinating stamp and die set. Now I think that you're going to use the dies on their own, are you? Yeah, of course. Are you going to use the stamps on their own? Absolutely. But then what you've got is the option to use the dies and the stamps together to create something really, really beautiful. Get that dimensional glue gel in there as well, and you'll have something really, really stunning. Now, well, this is one of my favourite elements, I think, the Rose Bloom. Again, coordinating stamp and die set. You could use the stamps and the dies separately, but when you use them together, you get this really stunning rose design element here that's a great focal point on a whole host of different projects. That's coming included, of course, in the main collection. You've then got the intricate trellis, so great for using as a frame, wonderful for using as a matte layer, because of course you're able to cut this larger element and then the smaller piece there as well. So the maximum amount of craftability, because we've given you the ability to remove the inner and the outer cutting edges on that one. You've got some stamps in here too, so you've got 21 stamps in here that are going to give you a whole host of different sentiments that are going to work beautifully with the rest of the collection. We've got a larger frame die for you as well. It's the intricate lace again, but it's the frame rather than the trellis. So again, here you can see wonderful on scrapbooking pages, wonderful for batch making cards as well. Great if you want to do things like a shaker card too. And then we've also got in here the edgeable for you as well. So this is your intricate floral border. This one's so clever because what you're able to do is multi-cut that one and then get something that you can make as long as you want. So you want to turn it into something like a wrap for a bottle or a gift, nothing to stop you doing that. The one other element, of course, that you've got, last but by no means least, is that wonderful embossing folder that you've got there. Now, you can get these individually. If you're getting them individually, if you're spending over £30 or $40, then you're going to get an extra 10% off. However, when you buy the larger collection, you get the best value for money. You're saving £21 or $71, and you're also going to get those 50 extra bonus points. Now, Sara, I know you wanted to share with us just a few more of those fabulous samples that the design team have done for us.
I do. I've just kind of left my cards up there because I'm really pleased with them. So you can have a nice look at my gorgeous. Shall I make sure you get the both of them? There you go. You can have a nice look at my gorgeous cards there. I'm pretty pleased with them. Oh, do you know what we should do, Joe? I think I'm going to give these away on my Facebook page afterwards. So after we finish the show, I'll take some pictures and put them on my Facebook page, which is Sara Davies CC. You can comment and tell me what your favourite element in the butterfly collection was, and I'll pick some winners tomorrow morning to win the 2 cards that we made here. Now, I've been keeping up with some of the questions. Erlene is saying, is this butterfly set only in the UK or is it available for the US customers as well? Yes, guys, it is available for all of you. So we've launched it in the US at the beginning of March, sold out like record time. The UK had it at the weekend, sold out. We have it available now on the website. So if you want it, you're going to get free shipping on it, whether you're ordering this in the UK or the US. You get them 50 extra bonus points and you get the big saving. Now, the saving on this, pretty significant. What else have we got? Oh yes, Eleanor says, I love this butterfly set. I wanted it when it was on HSN, but it sold out so quick. Wondered, you have to enter a special code for the extra 10% off? No, you do. You don't. You just need to do the... So if you're ordering more than £30 or $40, you'll get that extra 10% off. Right, yes, I'm going to take you through... I'll show you the cards, Joe. You can do the other comments.
Yes, no worry. Eleanor said, as she said, missed it there on HSN, as so many of you did. Lynn as well has it and absolutely loves it. Donna Zane saying that she loves the butterfly collection. Kirsten saying it's an amazing collection, but as all of the Nature's Garden collections are. Tammy saying what a great tip about the glue. And another stunning card. 2 beautiful demonstrations there from Sara. But they're absolutely beautiful, as you can see. And I know how hard Sara had to work to get that statement butterfly back in stock today.
We really did, didn't we, Joe? Yeah, we had a lot of conversations because there are thousands of people already ordered that beautiful butterfly. So we have the butterfly available, but only just, we don't have an endless amount of stock on that butterfly, and it is going fast. But if you do order it in the big collection, you are getting it in your big collection, right?
Absolutely. Also, just to clarify, the extra 10%, it will come off at the checkout. So when you get to the checkout stage, as long as you've got more than £30 or $40 worth of items in your basket, it will then come out, which is where you need to go.
Right, I'm just sitting playing with my lovely statement butterflies. I just think they're so easy to do. I could sit here all day. I know I can't because I know I need to get ready for the next demo. So I'll put these away. I'll get those cards photographed on the Facebook page, on my Facebook page later. And I guess I better start getting ready for the next demo, Joe.
Yes, please do, because we have got so much more to squeeze into the next hour and 15 minutes or so. I know how many of you are joining us for the first time. We're getting new viewers all the time at the moment. So many of you maybe are discovering craft for the first time. So whilst we are monitoring the conversation over on Facebook, and it's on the Crafters TV Facebook page, we'll be monitoring the comments. I know how much some of you will want to watch and shop at the same time. It is possible, and here's how. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. There are all the details, of course, of how you can watch and shop at the same time. Loads of love in the comments. I can say Christine saying beautiful butterfly cards. Just loads of love generally for that butterfly collection. Keep commenting along in the comments. Now, something that we bring you every week here in Launch Party is our Explorer Kit. And this is all about you exploring something for the first time. So whether it's a certain type of craft or whether it's a new craft full stop for you, we've always got something fabulous to tempt you with. Now this week's Explorer kit is the Gemini Layering Stamp and Die Collection. It's the Vase Bouquet. Vase Bouquet? Vase? What do you say?
Oh,
let me know.
Vase is very posh.
Vase, very posh. £25 or $35. You have got a 25% saving here as well. So you're going to get that wonderful layering stamp included, and of course the dies enable you to cut that out. You're also then getting as well the 3 of the quick dry ink pads. So you're getting the honey pot, you're getting straw bale, and you're getting the orange as well. And you're going to get the Nina cardstock included too. So Sara, of course, is going to take us through this Explorer's kit because some of the finished samples we've got are absolutely exquisite.
I am, Jo. I'm going to try and show you how easy it is to do. Now, I want you to see this. This is the effect that you're going to be getting, okay? So it's all about being able to do these layering stamps where your flowers look 3D and your vase looks 3D and you can build it all up. Now, this is if you do it with the colours that we've got in the starter kit today. However, what about doing it in the pinks and purples? And look how that vase of flowers is a different arrangement to this vase of flowers, but you can do it however you want. You can put as many of whatever flower in you want to do. This is the beauty of it. Every time you make a card, it's going to look different. Now, we've specifically picked the vase because it's a brilliant starting point for anyone who wants to build up these 3D flowers and doesn't really know where to get going, okay? So let me show you. These are the stamps themselves. Now, on them stamps, you can see that it's actually got a really big collection. Let me put a white piece of paper behind so that you can see all of them here, right? So can you see within each one? So here's my actual vase. We've got layer 1 and layer 2. Then for this flower head, layer 1, layer 2. For this one, layer 1, layer 2. This one, layer 1, layer 2. This has actually got 3 and 4 as well to go on the bottom of any of these flowers. All these different kind of levels and we can go at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by stamping, first of all, the vase. Now, all these stamps are photopolymer, right? So they are basically going to be the best quality to stamp with. By the way, I didn't even tell you, you also get the dies in the set. So this is how you're going to do the stamped element, but you also get all of these dies, right? Now, I'm going to start off, I'm going to just take a little bit on the base here. We're going to bring in, you can use either a stamping platform or if you want to use our rocker blocks, you can do. But can you see on here, you've basically got one of the bottom edges. So if I'm just going to choose a corner to put this in, I'm going to pop this right down into the bottom there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take another little pen and I'm just going to mark on the bottom corner that I'm using here, right? So that I remember whereabouts it is. And just see that there, it'll rub off eventually, but you'll get the idea. Now I'm going to do the vase just in a different colour so that you can see. So I'm going to use the purples. So you always start with the lightest one first. So I'm starting with the pale fig all over the background. And then what I'm going to do is, if I position this, choose where I want to position my my base. Let's have a look. I might just move the card along here a little bit so we're roughly in the middle, and let's go down a 1. Yep. So that's where I want my, oh God, my life, I said vase like the posh people. That's where I want my vase to be, right? And I know that I'm into this top corner and this bottom one. So I stamp the vase down, not the vase, the vase, right? Then when we pull it off and put on layer number 2, so you can see I put my number 1 back, put my number 2. Number 2 also has that bottom corner. So what I do is I put that bottom onto the corner there, and then I'm going to use that quick dry ink again, right? And we're just going to pop that together. And then what will happen is that will line up over where we were before. And so it will just all align to give you the perfect base to the vase, right? So there's my beautiful vase. Now what I'm going to do, oh, pop you on there, is I'm going to start with some of the flowers, right? So remember, you've got layer 1 and layer, look, I'm going to get ink all over my fingers. Let's just accept that I'm going to make a big mess here, Sara, right? So let's just start with some of these beautiful background pieces, right? So that's layer 1, layer 2, but I think I'm going to do them in the back to front order here. All will become clear, you see, when I do this. If I put a couple of these ones in. So I'm just kind of building this up as we go. So a little bit of green. Let's have a look. I've got my spring meadow, I've got my grasshopper. I think we'll go with a bit of grasshopper, a bit of medium shade in here, right? And all I'm going to do is build these up so you can make your vase look however you want. I think we'll have a little bit going up here, right? And then if we take the ink on again, what you can do, by the way, if you've got a piece of scrap card, is you can mask off any areas if you want. So for example, if I want to have this slightly coming out of the vase, but some of it kind of missing there, I'll just make sure that we don't stamp that bottom bit by covering over my vase. All right, so there's my bottom leaves. You can see I kind of protected the vase a little bit there. Let's have a look. The next layer 1, oh, we're going to put some little bushy bits on here. So again, I'm going to take the green. Oh, should we do a different green this time? I love how I'm just talking away to myself, and I'm actually waiting for one of you to answer me any moment now through the medium of TV. Right. So let's have a look. So I'm going to take you up there. And what we can do is, you see, we've got the nice pale one, but then I can come on with the buds. So my layer my second layer there, I'm going to pop the buds on. Should we do them in that nice orange that comes in the kit, right? So we put the orange on, and then we're going to stamp this down. And what you'll find is these will go over the top of all of our lovely little flowers. So can you see? So we've got the little flowers on the end of our bushy bit. So that is quite a nice bit. Oh, I think I might get one more on, right? So let's have a look. I'm going to take, it seems random, I'm going to take number 4 here, right? So I'm going to take number 4 and go with another, go with a darker green this time. So if I stamp you coming out, yes, I'm going to stamp you coming out there, and I'm going to layer up the flower on top of there. All will become clear in just a second, right? So I'm going to pop that to one side. Look, I've got inky marks all over. That's calling out there for a butterfly, right? I'm going to pop that to one side and just use a scrap of cardstock, because I want to do some stamping and then die cut them to go out. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out here. Let me get cleaned up with a little bit of my ink here so we don't get inky finger marks over everything, right? Let's line up layer 1. And I'm going to try and be speedy here. You don't have to do this. I'm going to stamp all 3 of these at once, right? Only for the first layer. I'm going to do my second layers multiple times later, right? So my layer 1. Now, this is when we're going to do, let me just show you. So when we're going to do the flowers, right? So we can do different flowers. Now, in this starter kit, remember, you are getting the straw bale, the honey pot, and that lovely orange, right? So I'm going to do a couple of my flowers in the lighter shade, right? And I'm going to do this one in the medium shade, all right? So the medium shade of the yellow. And I'm going to stamp down all of those first layers, right? Oh, take you down there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it over this way instead so that I've got the same base to all of these. So there's my layer number 1s. Now let's do my layer number 2. Let's do it with the this one first. So I'll pop this in the middle. I'm going to, because I've got the medium shade, I'm going to put the orange over top of it, right? And I'm going to bring this over and just stamp the orange over top so that we get that 2 layer on the flower. You see that there? Then I'm going to try the 2 layer on flower number 2, which will be my one in the middle. And I'm going to do that with the orange again. So this time we're going to have yellow and orange, whereas the last time we had like the medium strawy colour and the orange, right? So that is going to layer up there with my second layer. And then my third one, I'm going to bring in the other large flower. And this time I'm going to use the second shade of yellow. So even though we've got 3 different flowers, I'm going to use the same ink pads, the same 3 ink pads to create 3 different flower looks there, right? Now, all of these you have the dies for. This is what I was working towards, okay? So all of these, you have those dies for, and they will die cut really simply for you. So you've also got the vase die, if you wanted to die cut the vase, but actually I've done my vase flat, but I'm going to die cut the other elements to raise up a little 3D flower, right? Now these here, I'm just sticking my die to the outside piece of the paper, so the piece which is going to be disregarded at the end here. Can you see that there? So I'm going to put this so that our die cut will easily come through from the middle, all right? And we're going to just pop these onto your base plate, onto with the middle one, and then the top, and send them through. So there is how, if I bring in the base one with my couple of little smudge marks that nobody's really looking at, are you not? No, it makes it look atmospheric, guys. It makes it look atmospheric. Either that, we could cut another flower out and look like the flower head's fallen a bit. Right, these are my flowers. So if I want to 3D these up, you're going to get your 3D glue gel, okay? And remember, we stamped the nice base for this flower here. So I'm going to pop this down, and this is going to go over where we had that base. Right, so I had the bottom part of my flower, and I've just manoeuvred that into place. And then I've got a couple of different roses that we can put. Oh yeah, they're looking lovely with the little flowers coming outside, aren't they? And bear in mind, I did all of this from scratch. There was nothing was pre-done, nothing pre-stamped, nothing pre-cut. Everything here has been done using just what's in that kit to create that beautiful background. And it's all about having the right tools, right? So yes, it's about having that stamp and die set, but that stamp and die set really only works fantastically well if you have the right ink pads. So that's why we've put you a starter kit of 3 of the ink pads. Now 3 of the ink pads is worth more than half of the kit to start with. You get 3 of the ink pads, and you get the stamp set that's got the stamps and dies in, and we've chosen one of our most popular and the most comprehensive one so that you can learn all of these 3D techniques, and we've even put the cardstock in. So that is what you're going to be doing with the kit.
You absolutely are. We can't wait to see all the things you do with it. So what you're getting, of course, included is that wonderful stamp and die set firstly. So you can see there everything that you're getting, the vase or the vase, depending on if you're posh or not, you all get that, so don't worry. You're also going to get the cardstock that you need in here as well. And then 3 of the quick dry inks, which are the best ones to use with this. So you've got that lovely orange there, we've got straw bale, and you've also got honey pot included there as well. Eleanor saying she really loves these stamps, as so many of you do. Mary Kate is saying her daughter cannot wait for the Manga collection. So do make sure you grab your Explorers kit whilst we have it on the show. Always so popular when we bring it to you as part of the launch party. Now, the Discovery kit, so many of you getting so excited about these in the comments. They are on their way. So here are all the elements here that you can see. I'd say if you want the mandala, you need to be quick for that one. It is the most popular at the moment. A bit large amount of stock. I think heading our way for a quarter of the stock gone there. So please do be quick for that. A lot of you are in the ordering process as well at the moment. Calligraphy and illustration are both proving very busy too. So I wanted to share with you this brand new Discovery collection from Spectrum Noir. This one that you're looking at here is the Calligraphy collection, and this is fantastic because it means that if you've always wanted to learn how to beautifully brush letter, well, now you've got all the skills that you need thanks to this wonderful Discovery collection. You're getting the pens that you need in here. You're getting all of the inspiration that you need included as well, because this has been put together by renowned artist Winter Bird. So it means that you've got all the elements that you need to get the best result from all of your modern calligraphy. Sara, these kits are sensational, aren't they?
Oh, this in particular, Joe, this collection, if you are wanting to do this work with this brush lettering, you imagine not having this kit, you are going to have to buy fine liner pens, you're going to have to buy brush pens, you're going to have to buy the metallic pens, get the sparkles, you're going to need all the tuition. This kit has it all in. Now let me just show you, this is the crux of every kit, is the instruction manual, okay? Now in here you're going to be introduced to our artist, so Winterbird. She then talks you through the different tools that you have in the kit. Now this is everything that's coming in this kit. So I start off by showing you, there are 2 of our specialist art liner pens, and you can see there's a brush tip and a 0.5mm. So that brush tip is what's going to give you the perfect base for brush lettering. I've had a lot of brush lettering artists say this is one of the best brush lettering pens they've ever come across. You've then also got the fine liner. So the fine liner is for you to do this sort of effect here, where you can put the shadow onto all of your, let me just lift that up. So if you want the shadowing on all of your letters, it's the fine liner that you're going to use to do with that. You get both of those in there. Then, if you want to progress on beyond the black, we have our fabulous metallic markers with that beautiful brush lettering tip on there for you to do the brush lettering in either the silver or the amethyst, which is that gorgeous purple. And we also have the sparkle pen in the gold. Now, let me just show you if you're just getting started with this, okay? So we learn about Winterbird, we learn about those tools. She explains to you about how to grip the pen, the angle that you need to work the pen at, and then she's going to take you through how to perfect your stroke and your basic alphabet glide, right? Now, in the kit, you also get loads of these little inspirational things for you to start with. So if I want to try and do this one here, right, you've basically got all of your designs explained, and you've got something to try and copy off. Now, just to get me started, what I've done is I've just lined up some of these, right? Now, if you want to start with the brush pen, you can see I can use what she's done. So we're going down with the heavy on the down, light on the up, heavy on the down. Same here, so we're going heavy on the down with the eye, right? Going heavy on the down, light on the up, yep, and then lift on the end, and then we're going to go heavy on the down and light on the up. So there's me practicing my live, right? Then what we can do, now I've just brought a bit of black card in so that you can see this on the camera easily. Let's try this now with the metallic brush markers and look at the difference, okay? So we're coming heavy on the down, light on the up, like she explains in the instructions, and then we're going down. We're doing the same heavy down, light up, heavy down, light up, and then we're just lifting on the edge, and we're going light up, heavy down, right? So there's my live, and you can do live, love, laugh. I did one of these, I practiced the other sentiment, wherever you go with all your heart, right? And then one of the other clever things that she teaches you, right, is using the fine liner pen. So let me just do let's just do the love here, right? So I'm going to come down, lift up, and then we're coming down with the L and the lift up. Now bear in mind, I am not a brush lettering expert, right? But I love trying this technique, and I think this kit is going to be a brilliant way to get you started. Now, not only do you get that brush tip, but you also get the fine liner in this set. So can you see, if you want to follow through the shading on here, you can follow through where to put the shading on all of your 3D with your fine liner. So can you see, you follow that through and you can start and give it even more kind of dimension as you're going down here. And it just shows you where to put all of the kind of start points, as it was. Now, what I would say is, if you're watching and you're someone who's either always wanted to brush letter and didn't know where to start, or perhaps you just didn't have the right tools to start with, the kit is basically everything you need to get started. It is all of the pens, so you've got the fine liner and the brush liner, 2 of the metallic pens, and also one of the sparkle. So if I just show you, I've got one sparkle. This is the sort of effect that you're getting with the, there we go, this is with the metallic pens, but whether it's metallic or sparkle, you can learn how to do all of that specialist brush lettering. You're going to get all the tools you need. You're going to get all the tuition that you need, and go and follow Winterbird over on Instagram, right? She's one of the I would say the most highly respected brush lettering artists worldwide, and you will be able to follow her tuition and essentially have her starter kit to get you going. So it really is a perfect, complete collection for any brush lettering enthusiast or someone you know that might want to get started.
So very busy for that collection. Lots of you love it. Pamela saying she's very impressed. Stan, got these, can't wait for them to arrive. And Alejandra also saying can't wait to receive these ones. £11.99 if you're in the UK, $15.95 if you are in the US. Gets you the calligraphy. So it's going to get you all 5 of the pens that are within here. It's going to get you that instructional booklet as well as those 5 worksheets as well. So it really is exceptional value for money. Now, just looking at some of your comments here as well, I know you're absolutely loving them. A lot of the people saying that you are waiting for the manga. A lot of people talking about the mandala as well.
I'm going to show you all of them, don't worry. I will get through. I've got all 7 kits. We're not going home until I've done them all. Everybody knows that. We ain't going home until I've shown you every one of them. Even if they sell out.
I wish I brought my dinner in now. Also, I know there's a lot of questions in the comments. No, a lot of you are watching us for the first time. We love you joining our conversation in the comments. But don't forget, if you do want to order anything, then the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu is where you do that. Now, the mandala, the brand new Discovery collection from Spectrum Noir is going to give you in such incredible value, but also inspire you to become the artist that you always wanted to be, because these collections are put together with renowned artists to enable you really to give you all the tools that you need to create something spectacular. This one here is the mandala, and this has been put together with renowned artist Baz Furnell. You've got everything that you need within here to be creating these beautiful projects. It's like a new hobby in a box. Sara, how excited are we about this one?
Oh, Baz just does the most incredible mandala work. I'd never seen this 3D mandala work before. I'd seen regular mandalas, I'd coloured loads of them, but have a look at this. This is what a 3D mandala is all about. So can you see, it looks like the light's coming from here and you've got darkness all around here. That's because of the way you do the shading. So for this you need a light, a medium and a dark pen in every coloration, plus you need to learn how to 3D up your mandala. So let me just show you another one. Same idea again, light source coming from this direction again, lighter here, darker over here, looks all very, very 3D. Now, let me show you how Baz is going to teach you exactly how to do that. Again, you get full instructions in the kit. Now, you can see there how Baz's mandalas look so dimensional. This is what he's going to teach you how to do, okay? As we open this up, you're going to learn a little bit more about Baz. Go and follow him on Instagram and you can learn all about how he does his techniques, see more of his mandalas, get more to colour in. Then he's going to start talking about the tools. Now in this collection, this was just crying out to work with our tri-blends. So each one of these pens is 3 pens in one, where you have a light, a medium and a dark colour. And that is what's going to allow you to do 3-dimensional colouring, right? So if I just put all this together, because I am going to show you that in just a second, you get the blue, the green and the coral in here. To put you into perspective, you couldn't buy 3 of these pens for the price of this whole kit, okay? So he's going to teach you all about the pens. Then he's going to teach you how to do it step by step. So this is how you do your blending. And he's going to teach you how to do this 3-dimensional effect using the two fine liner pens from the Art Liner collection. So in here you've got a 0.1mm and a 0.3mm, and he talks about selecting your light source, and then according to that, can you see in this set here, you're going to emphasize some of your lines. Now let me just show you exactly what that means. You do get a load of his designs to colour and copy off on here. So for example, here is that beautiful one that's been done up here in the blues. I love this, right? So what he talks about, I'm going to follow his step-by-step guide. Imagine where the light's coming from. So let us imagine that the light is coming down from the top here. What you're going to do, I'm going to see if you can get a little bit closer for you to be able to see this. Everything that touches the top of the light, you're going to emphasize with your number 1 tip point, right? So this is the number 1. Everything underneath the light point, right? So as you come further down, you're going to emphasize with the number 3 brush point, which is much thicker, which is how you're going to get that 3-dimensional look, right? So we're going to emphasize the number 3. You can see that's thicker up here. So again, you're going to follow all the way around the top one, and you're going to follow that. So if I wanted the light to come from this direction, for example, I would follow this all the way around with this collection, right? With this side, with this pen. And then I'd come around with the other side with the number 3, which you can see is much thicker. And it's just how you get all of that 3-dimensionalness into the drawing of the mandala. So you're going to emphasize the mandala, and that's exactly what he's showing you on this drawing here and how to do that. That's the first stage. Then you're going to come in. Let me just show you the one that I've been starting to colour here, right? So if I'm colouring, I've imagined the light source is coming from here. So you want your light, your medium and your dark. So if we just colour over, say we're going to colour this section in here, right? What you're going to do is we're going to colour everything with our light one, all right? So we're light there. In fact, let's just colour over all of this section with our light. Now you're imagining that your light source is coming from here. So everything underneath that line would have a little bit of dark. So I'm coming in now with the darkest shade and putting in a little bit of that shading along there. So everything around this area is going to have the darker shade one coming in, right? And then you come in with the medium pen, which is your colour in the middle, and just colour over where the dark one gets to the light one. And what it does is the medium pen bleaches out some of the colour in the darker pen, so it starts to give it a brushed out 3D look. We do the same, we come in with the lightest one, and you can see there now with that lightest pen, we're going back over again and we're making the whole element look truly 3-dimensional. You see how it looks like the light's coming from one side. This is what I've done here. So if we take this section here, you can see we put the dark pen in here, then the medium, then the light right at the edge. And that's how you get that truly 3-dimensional look. And you're going to have that with the greens. You're also going to have it with the corals, which is where if you want to do beautiful colouring like this one here, this is predominantly coral. You can see we've got the lighter shades here moving to the dark ones here, imagining the light sources coming from here. And you're also going to get the same with the blue. So whether you want to do blue and green shades like this, it's all about getting that 3D mandala colouring. Now what I would say is, any of you out there watching who have friends who have been getting into colouring and they want to just take their colouring up another level and want to try something different, what a brilliant kit to get them started, because you've got a few of the mandalas to get started with the colouring. You've got 3 of the colour pens for you to be able to work with. You've got all of the instructions for how to be able to take regular mandala colouring right up to 3D mandala colouring. And then you can go on Vase's Instagram page, learn a load more and have all the tools you need to get you started. That's why this is a fantastic kit for all levels of colourist.
Anne thought that this, the samples here we had, Anne thought that this had been cut out and then layered up. She couldn't believe the amount of depth and dimension you were able to get on something like the mandala. Now I know a lot of the stock, in fact almost a third of the stock of the mandalas has sold out and gone. Remember, you're getting absolutely everything that you need included in here. Full instructions. You've got 6 worksheets in here and you've got 5 pens within there as well. £11.99 or £15.95. Go to the website and grab yours whilst we have the stock. Now, loads of you chatting away with me over on Facebook in here as well. Eleanor said she had a similar system once, but it involved tracing and it made it a lot more difficult, whereas these seem like a much simpler and more straightforward way of doing it. Absolutely they are. As Sara said, do make sure you go and find all of these lovely artists on Instagram, because they're going to fill their Instagram with even more information and inspiration for you, which is fantastic. Now, have you always fancied the idea of giving illustration a go? Well, this brand new Discovery collection from Spectrum Noir is exactly what that is going to allow you to do. We have formulated and put together all the perfect tools for you to be able to make the most beautiful and striking illustrated projects in here. It's been put together with Tatiana Kovaldina to give you something that is going to enable you to start, I think, which is basically a brand new hobby in a box, whether it's for you or whether you're sending it to a friend or a loved one. You don't need to send anything else, because everything you need and all the instructions are within here. Sara, how easy is this one to use?
This is a brilliant kit for someone who is really looking to push their illustration onto the next level and wants to learn about colour theory and mixing colours and how shading all works. Now, Tatiana is just an amazing, amazing illustrator. And look what she's done in this kit, right? She's taken you through all of the basics of why these Illustrator pens are so fantastic. You're going to learn all about this beautiful brush nib and how to make it really work well for you, okay? Once you've learned about all the tools in the kit, you're then going to learn about colour theory and layering up colour to get a deeper colour, about making your colours warmer and cooler by adding a bit more into them, and how you can create all of these colours using the shades that you've got in the set, right? And I'm going to try and give you a little taster of that now, because in this set, pen-wise, we get 5 of our Illustrator pens, so immediately the value for money in the set is exceptional, because each of these pens, you couldn't buy 3 of these pens for the price of the whole kit, right? You get 5 of the brush markers and also our art liner, fine liner, if you want to do your own illustration and then be able to colour it. This is the right pen to do the illustration with, okay? Now, you also get, just as a starter for 10, she's popped you a couple of basic images in for you to practice colouring, and then also some more of the special paper for you to be able to do the drawing with the fine liner pen. Now, watch this, okay? I'm going to use the brush nib on here, and I'm going to use the green, so it's a sea green. And watch this, if I come down from the edge and just flick in the colours, can you see the kind of shading that we get as we're coming down here? All right, so there's the shading in for one. I'm going to bring it the other way. These brush nibs are really designed for this wonderful flicking effect so that you get kind of shading as we come up, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick both of these, because I want you to see the difference when I actually then bring in the secondary colour and we start and get a new shade here, right? So, little bit of flicking there, right? So that's one shade of green. What happens if we want to make it more leafy, right? Well, green and yellow layered up is going to make a lighter shade of green. So watch this one here. If I flick some of this yellow over the top, you get a completely different shade of the green coming through underneath. Can you see? So it looks more like what I would say is a leaf green. Now look at the difference between this leaf green and this green that we've just done. That's the difference that you're going to be able to do with these markers. Now let me just show you again. Let's do it on the, let's do it with the, what happens if you mix pink and blue? We're going to get a beautiful shade of purple, right? So all we're going to do is exactly the same. We're going to flick down with those colours from the edge of our gorgeous tulip, right? And then I'm going to flick down. I find it easier to flick down than to flick up, right? So I'm just flicking down from the edge of my tulip. And let's do the tulip in the background so that I can show you the difference again between the two shades and the colours. So we can do a pink shade and a purple shade in here, right? So there's my nice flicked colours. Then I'm going to bring the blue on this time. And I'm going to flick the blue over top. And actually, you wouldn't know it was blue because you just immediately see the shade of purple. And that is just so easy for you to do. I'm going to leave one pink, again, just so that you've got that contrast point. But look, we've created ourselves a purple tulip, and then we've even got a pink tulip in the back. And then right at the end, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one of these in the beautiful lemon. So I'm just flicking up some of the lemon to give me a beautiful tulip to start with. I hope these are tulip flowers. Now I've just said tulips loads of times, right? They look like tulips. I think I'm fairly close on that, right? I'm going to take a little bit of my orange here, which is actually a coral, and I'm going to just flick that coral up from the bottom. And it just gives me just a different look. So now I'm not doing here the different, I'm not doing layering really. All I'm doing is creating a beautiful kind of shading coming down the side of my tulips. And I can build up any of this as many times as I want to create different shading. This is what she's going to teach you in this. She's going to teach you how to do this kind of flicking effect. Doesn't that look incredible? So I just want you to see through this one kit. I've just shown you a couple of techniques there, okay? You've got the flicking effect where we're just doing the layering of colours. We're mixing two shades to make new colours, and we're taking here the green and changing the shade of the green using one of the other pens. Now remember, in the kit. You are getting all of the instructions on how to do this. Here's them beautiful tulips that she was teaching you how to colour. This is where she's basically walking you through a lot of the effects that I've just shown you there. But again, you want to learn more? Go and follow Tatiana. You'll see her on Instagram. She's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You'll be able to follow her, learn all of her techniques. But she's put this kit together with us. With all of these discovery kits, we have worked with world-renowned artists to say, do you know what? For a really affordable, accessible price point, how can we get new people on the journey to what you do? And that's what they've worked with us to do. And this kit is fabulous for all of those art enthusiasts wanting to take their colouring onto the next level.
It really is. So many of you grabbing this now. £11.99 if you're in the UK, $15.95 if you are in the US. Go to the website, grab yours whilst we have it, because you've got absolutely everything that you need within here. You've got 6 pens within this one. You've got 6 of the worksheets, and you've got the full how-to from Tatiana as well. So it makes these exceptionally great value. Now, loads of questions and comments coming in. Stephanie said, what paper would you recommend for the illustrators, Sara? I know you get the worksheets included, but thinking beyond that, once she's mastered it.
Any of the alcohol pens, any of our alcohol pens at all, you're going to use that Nina Classic Crest. That is the best card to get that beautiful blend. Whether it's the Illustrator or the Classiques or the Tri-Blends, they're all alcohol based. You want that blend, you want the Nina card, so keep an eye out for that on the website.
Pamela says, Sara, your talents aren't never ending, which is true. I would 100% agree with you. However, I think pretty much everyone could have a go with these. Don't you think so, Sara?
Absolutely. Do you know what? It's not about being talented with these. It's about having the right tools and equipment to get you going. I'm getting ready for the next kit. Trust me, every one of these, any of you could pick this up. Or better still, buy these as gifts. I keep banging on about this. I was the crafty fairy last week, so a lot of our Oliver's school friends and neighbours of ours, and obviously live nearby. So what I did was I put them all little colouring kits and went and left some of them on the doorstep of some of the local kids, so that they could join in with my live colouring class and have all the tools there to start with. And it was, honestly, the other parents thought this was the most wonderful thing. I also did, when we did embroidery the other day, I went and put one of the embroidery kits through the front door of my mother-in-law's house. She's now been ordering some of those kits and had them sent direct to some of our other relatives for them to be able to have a go with. I just think in this time, how wonderful to get other people into a craft that you love. And these kits couldn't have come at a better time, whether it's the manga or the design one for a budding art student, or whether it's the illustration one for someone wanting to take it to the next level, or maybe it's your daughter-in-law or your next door neighbour who's always wanted to do that brush lettering, has now got time on their hands to learn it. We've got the kit for them.
Yeah, absolutely. As Sara was saying, what we can do is anything you order from us here at Crafts Companion, we can always send the invoice to you and send the product to someone else. So, how many people do you know that maybe would love a care package at the moment? Now, are you a creative colorist? Do you want to be a creative colorist? Well, the brand new Discovery collection from Spectrum Noir has got your back when it comes to learning something new. So what we've got here is the Creative Coloring Discovery collection. Look at how stunning these beautiful images are. And what you've got here is all the tools that you need to be able to create these wonderful finished projects, because we have worked with Cara Aldridge to put together this beautiful collection for you. You have got 5 of your classic markers within here, and you've also got your art liner. You then have 6 of your worksheets and full instructions, again, to enable you to create something absolutely stunning. How excited are you for this one, Sara?
Oh, this is the one that all of our crafters are going to absolutely love. It's when I show you these samples. All of these are made using what's in the kit. Now, Cara, this is a self-portrait. Can you see she's on the front of the packaging? She's done a self-portrait. I love this design, okay? And can you see everything coloured on here? You can do with what's in this kit. Now let me show you some of the designs. You can do beautiful skin tone colouring with this, because we've got one of our skin colours and some depth and shade in there. You can be doing funky hair. You've got these beautiful flowers in here. These images are all in the kit, by the way, to get you started. This one I love. It's so trendy. It's just absolutely crying out for you to have a bit of a play with all of the colouring on here. Totally different shades in there, all done with pens that we've got in this kit, okay? Brilliant starting point here. Just shows you exactly where you can be taking all of this, right? Now, I'll just move you through these, and I want to show you how this is all going to work and what is in the kit, okay? So in this kit, you've got 5 of our classic markers, which means you've got a fine tip and a brush tip, not a brush tip, a chisel tip on the other end. You then also have a 1mm fine liner so that you can do all of your own drawing and then be able to add your own colour. Now in the set you also get some of her artwork ready for you to start and colour in, but then also some blank sheets for you to draw all of your own. Now if I'm going to start, let's have a look. I think I'm going to start with this one. Yep, so I absolutely love this design, okay? Now all of these, what you see is there's not 2 shades of the same colour, so you're going to have to be creative in how you get depth and shade. That is what you're going to learn in the instruction booklet. So can you see Cara, you get introduced to Cara, make sure you go and follow her on Instagram to follow a lot of her hints and tips and see a lot of her other artwork that you can download and then do colouring with. Introduction to all of the tools. And then she starts and teaches you how to get some really attractive colours by blending colour to colour, right? So these examples were all made by touching 2 tips of the markers together, which I'm going to show you as part of the demonstration. It also shows you how you can warm up and cool down each of these using greys or darker colours to add tone and shade. So I'll show you that as well. And then she also shows you by mixing the colours together what shades you can get. So I've been sitting doing a little bit of colouring on here. Adding the colours together shows you what new colour that you're going to get. So I've sitting at a bit of practice here to get a bit of a feel for this. So you can see there, here's all of your mixing colours. This is it. You can adjust the intensity of the colours by adding a little bit of grey. That's why we include the grey in the kit. Or you can combine the colours to make your own darker shade. So let's just have a look on here, okay? If I want to start off and do a little bit of colouring, let's colour a little bit. Should we colour a little bit of a hair going around here, right? So if I colour all of this, you can see it's a very, very bright pink to start with all of this shading and colouring, right? So if I just take this down here, and this is a lovely kit in terms of the markers have all got this really nice kind of thin tip to them. All right, now just going to go around these. I'm not going to colour too much of this in, but I'm going to do enough just to show you this technique of touching the 2 nibs together. All right, so there's our starting point, right? We want to add a bit of shade down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my blue, and then what happens is if I touch these 2 tips together, right, the blue is going to transfer onto the pink, right? So when we shade this down here, can you see, we've got a little bit of pink coming through and it shades into the blue. So that when we go over that with the various shades, can you see it's all blended through. So you don't see, just do that again, touch the two of them together, all right? And so you can see a little bit of colour going onto here. So there's the blue going through. And then as we blend this through, you can see that blends right through. So you can see the dark goes to the light, and you even see, and you see a little bit of blue on here, but it's still got a little bit of that pink in. So I can still bleach and blend it through. So this is the technique of touching the two nibs together and essentially transferring colour between the two. So as soon as you wait a little bit, need to give it a little bit longer, get some of that ink transferring across. What I've done is I've got the alcohol has bleached out the colour here. So again, this is where we've got light colour, and we're going to take it into the deeper shade that we did down here. Or we can blend out with the other pen where we had on the edge there, right? So that's how you get the two-tone shading on there as well, right? The other way to do it, just have a look, I can show you. So how I like to do it, if we want to try colouring, for example, a little bit of skin here, right? So you can add in a little bit of the grey. So if I just start off colouring down her skin here, right? We've got the skin tone on, right? And then what I can do is just add a little bit of the grey down here. So this is how you're going to get the darker shade down there. And then when we blend this down, the grey is basically just going to make the side of her arm darker. Can you see that? So she just looks a little bit darker down the side. You might see it a little bit better. I'll do some legs down here, Jo, and then you can see this all blending together. So there's the two legs on there, and she's got a little bit of leg going on under here as well. So we'll put both of these on, all right? And so then where it would be dark, you're just going to take that grey. So we're going to go down the side and around the top like you would do usually with a darker shade of pen, but you can achieve the same look with the grey so long as you go back over. It's just about having the right shades that work together. So I know those greys are going to work together perfectly well. Grey's going to work to just give a little bit of tone there into that colour. Can you see? So now it looks like the light's bouncing off here and it's darker under there. Same a hair, multicoloured, working in from the side. And that's what you're going to do. You're just going to follow that through. You can see this one here. It's where we've done that. We've got the shading on the legs. We've done the shading with the grey down here. We've mixed the hair colour from the purple into the pink, and you can get that beautiful shading touching the two nibs together. And actually, if you want to learn a lot more about this, make sure you go and follow Cara on Instagram, because she's doing loads of tutorials teaching people how to do all of the techniques that you need, what is in this kit to do. So if you are an improving colourist and you're wanting to start and learn about colour theory, mixing colour, adding tone with greys, touching the nibs together, creating new colours, this is the kit that's going to get you off on that journey.
It certainly is, and all for what is really, when you think about the amount of value you're getting, a minimal investment of £11.99 if you're in the UK, £15.95 if you're in the US, considering you're getting 5 of those classics in there. You're getting the art liner, you're getting the book included, of course, the instructional book, and you're getting 6 worksheets in there as well. All of that for the great price of £11.99 or £15.95. Now, I know a few of you earlier were experiencing some issues with the website on the upcoming Molly Harrison stamp sets. I can let you know that all of the issues have been fixed. All the stock is showing there as it should be. So now is a great time to go and stock up on those. Eleanor is saying great for both of her daughters. I think a lot of you, which we're thinking about maybe younger female members of the family, will go for the creative colouring because it is such a sort of young and playful one. That and actually the manga is what we're getting a lot of comments about, maybe for younger members of the family. Yolanda, she's saying she just can't decide which one. She doesn't know how she's going to choose. That's exactly what I was about to say. Maybe it's time to get more than a couple. And Christine saying beautiful colouring too. Now, watercolor, something that I know maybe a few of you find a bit of a challenge or you've struggled with in the past. You don't need to struggle anymore because Spectrum Noir are bringing to us these incredible discovery collections, and it means you have got everything you need to become the most talented watercolor artist. We have worked with renowned artist Benita Malby in order to put this collection together for you, and what you've got in here is 5 different pens ready to start creating. You've also got a full instructional booklet, and you've also got 6 worksheets within here as well. So that price of $11.99 in the UK or $15.95 in the US is absolutely exceptional. And Sara, the samples that have been done with this, they're exquisite, aren't they?
Well, the watercolour set is brilliant if you are right on the beginning scale of that colouring journey and you want something where you can get great results fast. So this is the watercolour effect that you get, whether you're just doing single elements or whether you're wanting to do, like this one here where we've got that lovely watercolory artsy effect going on there. This is what you're going to be able to do and learn how to do with this kit. Now, as you said, we have worked with Bonita on this one. She's a brilliant artist and we've been really lucky. She's drawn a load of beautiful artwork for us to work with. But let's see what she's put in this kit, because you are getting in here 5 of our watercolour pens. Now the beauty with watercolour is between those 5 colours you can pretty much create any shade you want, because you can add 2 colours together to create a completely new shade. Plus we've included one of our outliner pens in there if you want to draw your own artwork and colour it. And she's included some, on the watercolour paper, a couple of images to get you going so that you can see exactly what you could do your shading with there, right? So I'm going to do the frog just because he's on the front of the package. I think he looks lovely, right? And it's a nice, great one to start with. Now, all you're going to need extra is a paintbrush and a little bit of water. So I'm going to just put my paintbrush and water there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of ink. So let's have a look. We would have some ink coming down the top here and then down the top of his body. Yep. So I'm going to bring a little bit of ink there. I'm going to bring some in under here, right? But actually underneath there, he might have a bit of a different shade on his tummy. So I'm going to add in a little bit of extra green round here, right? And then I'm going to blend that, so a little bit of extra green, a little bit of Kingfisher blue. Going to blend this into a little bit of yellow on his tummy, right? A little bit the same, I'm going to bring a little bit of green down the side here, all right? Bring this round, and then the same down here. I'm going to bring this down here, and I'm just going to bring in a little bit of green onto his tummy to mix this with. Now watch what happens as soon as we add a little bit of water. These would be brilliant for the kids, by the way, right? As soon as I bring this down, this is starting to watercolour out. Can you see? Probably shouldn't have put quite as much ink on to start with so that I can easily get it blending. But you can see there, I can get that shading, no problem. Yep. And if you want to add a little bit of extra colour, all you do is pick it up from the mat here and just water. So I'm just adding a little bit of extra ink from where I've let it start to dry. All right. So then I'm going to mix together where my green and blue come together. So we've got a whole new shade now of green coming down the frog's tummy, right? Picking this up and blending them together. Get a little bit more green on there. Picking them up and blending them together to create some completely new shades of the green that we're taking through here, all right? And this is just to give you a bit of an idea, but it's really showing you how those 2 shades mix together, isn't it? And then I can do the same again with the green on his tummy with the yellow, blending that yellow and green in together. We've got a completely different shade of green, again, coming down there. Anytime we just want to move some of those watermark colour markings out, you can do that easily. Isn't that fantastic? So it's just a different shade of the frog. Let me just show you. I'll do a little bit more down here. So I'm going to bring it along the side. And you can see how easy. So the great thing about this is, there you go. You see, look how easy it moves when we just do tiny little bit at a time. All right, and you're just bringing up a little bit at once. And then if we want to add a touch of blue into that, just have our blue down, bring it on, and you see you can add that blue shade and watercolour that right out. So it's so easy for you to bring all of these kind of colours together and create your own watercolour effect. You don't need to be an expert. You don't even need to have had any experience doing any watercolour before, because everything you need is explained in this booklet, right? So in this booklet, You meet the artist, you're going to meet Benita. Brilliant one to go and follow over on Instagram to see all of her techniques, learn how she does everything, get more hints and tips. She's going to explain to you the tools that we're working with. So the watercolour tools, she's going to teach you how to use these. Then you're going to learn about colour theory. So how to blend colours together to create new shades of green, for example, right? Or how to use the colour wheel to start and blend those shades, and then how to get some special effects moving right up to some very, very advanced artwork. So across the course of the instruction manual, with the tools that you've got in here, with all of the colours that you've basically got everything you need to get started with watercolouring with watercolour pens for the ridiculous price that you see there. You couldn't buy 3-4 of the pens in this kit for the price of the whole kit, and you get the pens, the art liner, the tutorials, the instruction and the cards to get you started.
And you've got absolutely everything that you need there within this kit. Now is a great time to grab it whilst we have it, whilst it is in stock. And remember, you can grab it and have it sent to whoever you want to send it to if you want to. Maybe it's a new hobby for you, maybe it's a new hobby and a bit of a care package for someone else. $11.99 if you're in the UK, $15.95 if you're in the US. But grab it now whilst it's in stock. Now, loads of you commenting away. Angela saying that she's ordering the Manga collection for her son. Also saying that frogs are her favourite as well. Tracy is saying, is that watercolour paper? Yes, you've got the worksheets in there. They'll be on a watercolour paper. And then once you've mastered those techniques, you'll be able to do those techniques onto watercolour paper as well. Now, I need to give you a few stock updates for some of the Discovery kits that we've already seen. Shut the front door, put the bins out, half of the mandala has sold out and gone. Doesn't take into account everyone that is ordering at the moment. If you're watching this show back later, at a later date, so many more of you normally watch us after the show than during, then definitely check the web for the stocks. Now also, was it the illustration? A third of the stock gone there, and also the calligraphy, a third of the stock gone there too. Manga and comic is what we're looking at. Such a cult following for manga and comic. Maybe you or younger members of the family absolutely adore all of this style of artwork, I guess this Japanese style of artwork. So what Spectrum Noir have done with that in mind is put together a fantastic Discovery kit to give you all the tools that you need to create this fabulous manga artwork, but also working with Nicola Yao as well to make sure you've got all of the inspiration in there that you need to. Everything is within this box, and Spectrum Noir Sara have really worked with world-renowned artists here, haven't they?
Oh, Nicola is fantastic when it comes to this manga technique, which obviously is huge worldwide, not just in the crafting market, but with budding artists. It's got a huge cult following, especially with the teens and the 20-somethings. So it's, if you know someone, or you are that someone who is really into this artwork look and doesn't know where to get started, this is absolutely the kit for you, okay? Now, in the kit, what you're going to get is 3 of our Illustrator markers. So you're going to get 2 of them in the coral colours, so Coral 1 and Coral 3, which is Silk and Suntan. And then you're also getting your IB3, which is the one that we've used here, where I've been starting to colour, where I'm colouring his hair on there. It looks brilliant. Very, very big colour in the manga community, these, okay? We've also included a couple of our classique pens so that you can experience some of the classiques, and one of the art liners so that you can be doing some art liner work in the middle. Now, the instruction manual, you get an introduction to the artist. So Nicola's actually based in London. She's a video game designer, right? So she's got a huge talent for manga and comic art. Go and follow her, learn more about her, and see more of the artwork that she teaches you all about. Then you get a bit of an introduction to the tools. So you're going to learn about the difference between our Illustrator and classic markers, also how the art liner works and all about those tools. Then on the other side, she's going to start getting you into this manga look. Now this is one of my favourite images of hers. I love the idea, and it's all about getting the flick in the colours, which I'm about to show you with the Illustrator markers. Now what we've included as well is a step-by-step guide which matches in with the artwork that you've got in the set. So you see, you can actually follow through with the artwork she's included. So there's some great places here for you to start, and then you've got some blank paper to work with this. So I'm going to start by colouring this manga guy in here, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the Illustrator pens out first. And the Illustrators are brilliant because they've got this brush marker on the end, which means what we can do is this lovely flicking technique, okay? So if I just come in from the edge here, can you see we're going to go down and flick out. Now, these are alcohol pens, which means they are designed to be used for layering, right? So you can build up all of the colour by flicking multiple layers over top of each other. So you can see we can get them nice and deep as we're going here. So let's have a bit of a flick coming through here. And we're just going to leave the tips of his hair white. This is that manga look that everyone's after, but see how easy it is to do when you've got the right tools to be working with. That's the difference. It's just about having all of the right tools. And see how easy it was for me to start and do this colouring just to begin with. This is what you're going to do, or whether you're buying this kit for someone else, as a brilliant starting point, right? So you can continue all the way on there with all of his hair, but I wanted to show you as well how we could do a little bit of his face, right? So in the set, we've actually got 2 of the skin tones included. Let's have a look. It's going to play with my OCD if I don't get his hair finished when I'm this close, right? So let's just get some of this edge pieces coming down here. There we go, and we're close enough on the hair there, right? So now if I want to do his skin tone, you'll see you've got 2 shades of the same pen, so 1 and 3, which means that you start with the deepest one around the outside first of all, right? So all of this, can you see, and I'm just flicking this in, where we would have anything 3D going around here, we're flicking all of this shading in. This is what the Illustrator pens are absolutely brilliant for. All right, so a little bit down here and a little bit round his nose as well. And then what we do is once we've put in the deeper shade, we're then going to come in with the lighter one, and we're going to flick the lighter one over top of this deeper one, right? So that we then get a real dimensional look. This is the look that's really popular in manga, right? You want that kind of flick, you want the light still to show in here. So can you see we get that seamless airbrushed look? His face is starting to look more and more rounded. And then we can come in with a little bit of the grey, and we can just finish off around his eye, a little bit of a glassy look around his eye here, all right? Really easy to do. Now you can continue on with that and finish the rest of him off, but I want you to see actually how easy this is. And the great thing is, this is easy for you, or this is easy for kids. Now I wouldn't say kids quite too young, so you know my youngest, my kids are 3 and 6, probably a bit young for this, but teenagers especially, this would be brilliant. This is the sort of stuff these kids are covering in art college in school. This is the sort of artwork that they're looking up on the internet, and those that are aspiring artists, this is the route they want to go. This kit could be your way of getting one of those kids into this area of learning how to do it, following one of the top artists. I mean, a gaming designer couldn't get more teenage for you, could it not? Get them into this new technique, give them the tools, give them the artwork, give them the pens, get them hooked on a fantastic new hobby. This is the kit to do it with.
Absolutely, and you know, this is artist grade materials you're working with, which is why we have worked with renowned artists on these. Great value, again, exceptional really. $11.99 or $15.95 gets you 6 of the pens in here, full instructions, as well as those 6 worksheets. So you are going to be a manga maniac in no time at all with this. You're going to be creating lots of fabulous designs with this there. $11.99 in the UK, $15.95 in the US. Grab it now whilst we've got the stock. Now, a few of you are commenting along. Lynn saying she loves all of these kits. Again, like Yolanda, I think Lynn's going to be struggling to find out which one, figure out which one she's going for. Diane saying her granddaughter is a fan of manga. She reads all of the books back to front Is that a Manga thing? I don't know. Maybe it is. Let us know here in the comments. And again, if you want more information on any of the rest of our Spectrum Noir range, you'll find it on the website craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Now, sorry, half of all the mandalas, half the stock of the stock there's gone. Oh!
We knew it was going to happen though.
Of the illustration, 40% of the stock there has gone. If you're ordering after the show, definitely check the website to see what the stock situation is like. I can see how many of you are ordering at the moment. What really pleases me, I can see a lot of you are ordering and having these sent elsewhere as well, which is fantastic. Remember, you can do that. What a great care package these would make for friends or relatives. The Nature's Garden collection that we looked at, going absolutely bonkers busy on the website. You are loving the butterflies, as you did when it sold out on HSN, as you did when it sold out on Create and Craft as well. We're going to be looking now at the We're going to be looking now at the concept design here that we've got from Spectrum Noir in these discovery kits. Now, this is fantastic. Do you know someone that's got aspirations to be a designer, a graphic designer? Are you someone that's got a real keen taste in architecture? Well, I think then this really is the one for you, because you've got everything that you need in here to create these beautiful, beautiful concept designs. Maybe you'll want to get into fashion, maybe you want to get into product design, then I think these would be great for you. Now, we've worked with renowned designer Cameron Bacchus on this to give you all the tools, all the inspiration that you need to get designing. And also go across to Cameron's Instagram, give him a follow there as well, because he is full of knowledge, isn't he, Sara?
Oh yes, Cameron is exceptional. Cameron is a product designer. So he is the sort of person who is literally sitting, sketching artwork like this all day, every day. And to do these sort of technical drawings, you need the know-how, but you need the tools. So what Cameron's done is he's put together a complete collection so that if you are someone, you know there's an aspiring designer, either you are or there's an aspiring designer in your family, this is going to be the set for them, okay? Now let me show you what's in the collection. All of our classic markers, because these are all of the ones that are going to allow you to do, this is what product designers are going to be using, because all of these have that fine nib and also that chisel nib to work from. So you've got big areas you can be doing the chiseling down. You see them in the studios with their big pens doing this, don't you? I've seen the adverts, okay? Now, you get a light, a medium and a dark within the grey. So within the ice grey family, we get 2, 7 and 10. So you're going to learn how to do shading on things like the wheel that we've got here. And then also we've chosen, or I should say Cameron's chosen, the beautiful oranges. So the oranges are basically how you can get the shading, but how you can just bring a pop of colour, whether it's things like your bike design, or whether you know someone who is sitting sketching some bees, or I love this one here, the ballet slippers, right? Or what about this one, the carousel? Aren't these fabulous? It's all about just that little pop of colour for a design, and you get those pops of colour with the orange there. There's also in this set one of the art liner pens, which means that you can do all of your own sketching and drawing for you to be able to then colour with. Now let me show you what Cameron's put together. So if you just take this bike, for example, he knows that for a new kid especially to get started drawing this, it's going to be really difficult to draw it from scratch. So what he's done is he's given you the starting point. So not drawing the whole thing, but giving you the outline and the starting point, okay? And what I've done is I've started just adding a little bit of colour and design myself. So can you see here? This is how it started. Let me show you with this back tyre how I've done what I've done on the front, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start off first of all by colouring all around the tyre with the very, very lightest grey. And all of these have been printed onto a really special type of paper, which is the one that you're going to be able to do this blending technique on and get the best blend. So it's about having all the right tools, not just in terms of the right pens, but also the right paper to work on here, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the very, very darkest shade. So you're going to follow, whereas we've got shading here. I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to put the very, very deepest shade coming across these corners. So around the back and then a little bit round the front as well, okay? So we get the very darkest shade in here. And then you're going to come to the medium shade and we're going to blend out that dark shade into the medium one. Can you see? So I'm going to essentially bleach out the darker shade with the extra alcohol in the lighter shade one. And this is what it's all about. It's learning about where light sources come from and learning about how to get that shading from one to the next, okay? So I'm going to just bring in the next little bit just above here. So there's my next kind of darkest tire as it was, right? So you now can't see where one ends and the next one starts. Then I come in with my very lightest shade, blend over that one again, and now you can't see where the middle one ends and the lightest one starts. Can you see that there? So blending again over the middle shade with the lightest one. The greys are a brilliant family to do this with, to practice that perfect blending. So you can see now how we've got a truly rounded looking tire blending from one shade into the next. So it looks truly three-dimensional, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your art liner pen in and you're just going to add a little bit of sketching around the edge there. So you're going to put your own sketching into this. So he's giving you like a starting point and you can follow your own sketch pieces round and just build this up. So I can put some spokes in here as well. And it's completely up to you where you take this to, but bear in mind you've got all of this included in the instruction manual. And also go and follow Cameron on Instagram and learn exactly how he does all of his product design and the tools that he uses, and then you can be learning and following along his journey as you go using the right tools and equipment. Let's have a look. I'm just going to ground this little piece here on a little bit of this there, so I look very artistic now, like all those product designers. A little bit of colour, give it the ground to stand on. It looks so much more realistic now, doesn't it? Actually looks like it stood on the ground. This is the thing though, for the price point that you've got on your screen, it's getting someone new into our world, into the world of colouring or into the world of graphic design, into the world of art, because we're giving them not only all of the tools they need, but all of these instructions. So you see here, you learn about Cameron. He talks you through all of the different tools and what you need to know about them. And then he starts to explain to you, how we draw rough drawn timber, how we observe, warm up, take this through to your practice. He's going to teach you the design stages that you need to walk you through this whole project. And then all of the tools to get you started, whether it's the paper, whether it's the special pens, everything you need is in that kit. So any of you aspiring designers out there, or you know of an aspiring designer, brilliant kit to get them started.
Absolutely, whether it is fashion, design, whether it's architecture, all of it really is encompassed by the concept design collection. And the price again is stunning. $11.99 in the UK, $15.95 in the US. Grab it now whilst we have the stock. Now, I want to take a moment to recap all of the collections that you have here. So busy across so many of these, as we knew we would be. The calligraphy was the first one that we showed you. Very busy there on that one. Mandala was the next one. Over half of the stock of the mandala has sold out. Don't forget you had the watercolor there, that beautiful frog. We then also had the manga and comic. There was the illustration, concept design, and creative colouring. Now I can see not only are lots of you ordering these and having them sent elsewhere, I can also see that a lot of you are multi-ordering. A lot of you are going for a couple of different ones of these, which is, at that price, it makes total sense as to why you would want to do that. Now, this has been action-packed, hasn't it? This launch party, we've crammed so much into it, but there's even more still to come because we're going to look at Molly Harrison in just a few minutes. Before we do that, I need to remind you, of course, about the Nature's Garden, the beautiful butterfly complete collection, absolutely everything within there. So many of you going for this, the best way to get the best value, the best way to get those extra 50 bonus points as well, is to grab it in this configuration. If you missed the full demonstration of it, remember you can of course go and watch back at any point on the website craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, which is exactly how you order as well. Now, a lot of you are trying to order the Molly Harrison stamps a little earlier, and you're having a few issues. I can tell you everything is fixed and they're ready to go. So it's, do you know what? Before we flick through these, should we share with you, because I know there's so many of you that are joining us all the time and might not be aware of what it is, but here's the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind-the-scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
I just want to quickly share with you the details of the Molly Harrison. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. A phenomenal offer when you look at how huge these stamp collections are. £40 if you are in the UK, $60 if you're in the US. I'll quickly run you through what you're getting here included. So this one is the Fairy Tale Dreams, as you can see there. We also have a summer day. Oh, longing for a summer day now that we're into April. You've got a Sea of Bubbles. There is Lily of Love. You also have Poppies Poppies of Amethyst and Sultry Sue. I tell you what, Sarah, whilst I scramble around on the floor picking all those up, do you fancy guiding us through these?
I will do. Here's the thing, Joe. I specifically asked for these to be put on the show because I know we've done a load of colouring recently and you guys are screaming out for something to colour. These were made to colour. So we started working with this incredible artist, Molly Harrison, because she draws these beautiful outline images, which loads of colourists all over the world were using. So have a little look at some of the samples, right? So this is what our design team have been colouring. I'm going to move these out the way so that you can see them really, really well. So can you see, this is done with a little bit of sparkle in the background. If you are using your alcohol pens, the tri-blends especially, are just perfect. You've seen me colour this image with them tri-blend pens. They are perfect. Now, if you want to go, we have got the Classique pens on the website today. So any of our alcohol, well, actually any of our pens would be brilliant. But if you want the Classiques, we've got the Classiques on the show today because we've got them in their mixed colour sets. So 30% off if you want to go for the full collection. I know a lot of you have been trying a little bit, dipping in and out of them. This one, these sets here, fantastic value, a 30% saving, right? So essentially, it's like buying 4 of the sets and getting the other 2 sets absolutely free. well, close enough really. So you are getting loads and loads of our pens there. You've seen us colour with this Classics loads of times. We're not going to get time to do a full demonstration with these today, but you'll see me do this loads of times, and I'll tell you now, it's not very often we have a deal like these on them. So if you're wanting to stock up on these while we've got them on a deal to do these sort of colouring at £80 or $120, okay? I'm just going to run you through a few more of these stamped elements because, again, a lot of you at home taking the time to either learn this as a colouring technique or you're building on the colouring that you've done in the past and you're wanting some challenging images. Jo, you'd love that one. Look, she's got a rainbow dress on. Oh, it's got Jo written all over it. And the mermaid, now she's one that I coloured last week. And she worked fabulous. I did her with our watercolour pencils and it looked lovely. So it just shows watercolour pencils. You could be using it with the alcohol pens here.
You could be making your own mermen as well, which is a thing now, mermaids and mermen. Do you know being a merman or a mermaid is now an international sport as well? Go Google it, yeah.
Well, you are a fountain of useful knowledge, Mr. Remblance, a fountain of useful knowledge. Right, I'll keep showing you a lot of these samples because I want you to feel inspired. What's everybody been saying about this? In fact, what's everyone been saying about our show, which we'll now be in trouble for because we're running right over here because we've done far too much gossiping and I've done probably too much demoing. But whoever says there's ever too much demoing, look at her skirt. Look at her skirt.
Beautiful.
All my life, she is just crying out for you to colour her. That skirt, I want to take that home tonight and colour it. I want to take that home tonight and colour that exact. Oh my life, look at her in this colour. Okay, she might be my new favourite image to colour, Jo.
It's beautiful,
look at that
isn't
skirt.
it?
She is literally shouting at you, come and colour me, Sara, come and colour me. And the skin tones, you can practice your skin tones, you can practice your florals. Oh my life, we've got her in purple. We've got her in purple.
You're going to be able to practice a load of those new techniques you're going to pick up on those discovery kits in all of the rest of your crafting as well. It's going to be so relevant for everything else that you're doing as well. And bringing it in, reinvigorating some of your stash, which is always a good thing, isn't it?
Oh, you're going to love it. The thing is, you will. And at this price, okay, again, it's like buy 4, get the other 2 for free. So it means the stamps become affordable. Now, you can, if you only want 2 sets, just go for it. You can buy any 2 for either £16 or $24. I will tell you, these are all our photopolymer stamps, okay? So all of these ones here are photopolymer designs, and you can be getting these and stamping with them either with your, this is onto like a Nina card, so that you can, this is the Nina Desert Storm, this one, and then it's being coloured again with the alcohol pens but onto the craft card. This one's being done with the watercolour in the background, so you'd be blending all those together. Work great with watercolour, great with your alcohol pens. Or what if you don't want to colour at all, you just want to stamp them. This one here has been done with just stamped. You know that technique I've shown you where you stamp it and drag the colour out? That's been stamped and drag the colour out. Doesn't that look amazing? Now, hopefully, to me, that was enough to inspire you. You just need to see all the gorgeous samples to inspire you. There is loads already over on Crafters TV for you to watch. If you want to go through, watch my colouring technique where I did the colouring with the tri-blends last week with these, where I've done some colouring with the watercolour and blended the colours in. Loads of tutorials, loads of cards on Pinterest as well. That deal on the classics is a fantastic deal if you're wanting to get some great pens to colour these with, right? If you're really getting bitten by the colouring bug at the moment, you want to take advantage of the deals while we've got them on, do some colouring. Pens are a brilliant set. But while we've got these stamps on this deal, please guys, don't miss out on this one.
Absolutely don't miss out on it. Remember, you're going to get all 6 of those stamps, £40 if you're in the UK, saving nearly £20, $60 if you're in the US, saving you nearly $30 as well. Absolutely, loads of you going for those. Remember the classics as well are on 2 for £30 or $40, which is exceptional value for money. So you buy 2 and we give you 1 free of charge. Or you can get, of course, the main bundle itself, get all of them, £80 or $120. Loads of different ways of you stocking up today. Don't forget as well about everything that we've bought you today in this show. Now, something else that is coming your way on the 16th of April on Creating Crafts, so that is a week on Thursday, are these brand new layering stencils that we have for you. These are absolutely gorgeous. You see all of those different floral themes that we've got there for that one. Also, of course, we started the show with the Nature's Garden, so incredibly busy for that one, so do remember to check out on that. If you've got it in your baskets, make sure you check out. It is very, very busy. Remember, you get over a £20 saving when you get it in this configuration, but also you've got those 50 bonus points as well there with that one, so do not miss out on that. There is so much stuff coming up this week. Actually, do you know what? Should we have a little quick sneak peek at those stencils that are coming up next Thursday? Is that what I think you're holding there, Sarah?
It isn't it? I was like, please, I want to show these boards. I want to show you. Right. I wonder if I can show them over here, right? So these layering stencils, so they're going to be on next week on Create and Craft. These have launched in the US. These have been on HSN. So you'll be able to check these out on the website next week, okay? So can you see? Layer 1, 2 and 3. When you build them all up, this is the effect you get. So these are the delicate daisies. This one here are your dandelion clocks, okay? So again, 3 different layers. When you blend them up together, this is the effect that you're going to get. So the layering stencils are brilliant for you to do all of that 3D work, but in a stencil. So they work fantastically well with all of our, can you see they work fantastically well with all of our quick dryings or your Harmony water reactivings. This is my favourite one in this collection. You know what I'm like for the lilies. I'm an absolute sucker for lilies, but I love the fact that you do the background, build up the layer in the stencils, that's where you get this one, and then you can add that lovely little poppy effect type all over the background, which is this one. So just a couple of samples, just to give you a bit of a feel. I don't know if you want to look overhead or you want to come in from the cloth. So there's that beautiful lilies that I was talking about. Look just as good in the yellow or in the pink. They look fabulous. Obviously the roses, how great do those, not roses, tulips in this one, okay? We've got a couple more here. Now you're into your roses. Look at the beautiful background effects that we get.
What inks would you be using with these, Sarah?
Right, so either the quick dry, in fact I'd probably recommend the quick dry as a great starting point for these, or the Harmony water reactive. The water reactives would work really well. This one's been stenciled. So actually, well, no, it's been stenciled, so it's been embossed. So it's been sent through the embossing folder and then a little bit of embossing onto there. It looks great with them. Well, if you're on embossing, what about doing some parchment work with them? Just takes it another level on these. So there's going to be a full presentation on these next week. So in the UK, they're going to be launching on Create and Craft on the 16th of April. And of course, we'll be bringing them to you on Crafters TV very, very soon after. Okay?
Fabulous.
So lots more details to follow on those.
Jeffrey's also asking as well, Sarah, about HSN preview and when that is happening this week.
Oh, it's happening on Friday this week. Joe's going to experience his first HSN preview.
Please go gentle with me. I know that it's a bit of a marathon of crafting products, but we'll get through it.
You put him through his bit. I've explained. For those of you watching over in the US, obviously HSN Craft Day next week. April 14th is the Craft Day, which means that I am here Friday afternoon here in the UK, which is Friday morning for you in the US. We're going to do 3 hours. We'll be lucky if we get through in 3 hours, Joe, just managing expectations here, where I preview everything that is coming up on the show, all the brand new launches for April that will be on HSN next Tuesday. We're going to be previewing them here on Friday. And then obviously I should have been on a plane this weekend out to HSN. That's not going to be possible. So I'm going to be beamed live into the HSN studios via the medium of Skype next week. So right, I'll be right here, but I'll be on your side of the pond on your proper big telly through the medium of HSN instead of just through the internet. So watch out for that. So Friday afternoon for us in the UK, Friday morning for you, US time. Watch out, but you'll obviously be getting an email from us with the details of the preview.
It'll be like the beginning of a award ceremony. Coming to you live from Newton Aycliffe. How fabulous is that going to be? That'll be loads of fun next week. There's absolutely loads coming up your way. Check the Crafters TV page on the Crafters Companion website to see everything that's coming. Let's give you a whistle-stop tour of everything we took you through in this show. That out-of-this-world deal was phenomenal value. 40% was your saving here. £15 in the UK, £23.50 if you are in the US. Now, the Explorer kit. all about you discovering something new. In here, you're going to get that Nina cardstock, 3 of the ink pads there, and that wonderful stamp and die collection, all for a great price of £25 or $35, saving you 25%. Now, those classiques that would go beautifully with the Molly Harrison stamps, you've got a really comprehensive full collection here, £80 or $120, saving a third there, which is fabulous. The Molly Harrison stamps that we shared with you too, £40 if you're in the UK, $60 if you're in the US. Again, saving 30% on that one. Now, well, there was 2 stars of this show really, wasn't there? The Nature's Garden. Did you miss it on HSN? Did you not have a chance to buy it when it was on Create and Craft? Well, we have got you covered today because you're getting absolutely everything you see there included. And we're going to slap another 50 bonus points on top of that for you. £90 if you're in the UK, $105 if you are in the US. Also, we've got the Discovery kits from Spectrum Noir. Modern calligraphy, you've got the blended mandalas, the watercolor, the manga and comic, the illustration, the concept design, and the creative coloring. I know the mandalas over 50%. I'm hearing across the rest of them, completely across the board, over 30% of the rest of them has sold out and gone as well. Now, Sara, we'll be back tomorrow morning, won't we, together at 11 a.m, which is going to be fun.
You can't get rid of me that easily, Joe. Yes, in the morning. You're not going to believe what tomorrow morning is. It's Christmas.
It is.
It is Christmas. Do you know, I'm hearing a lot of people putting the Christmas decorations up. This is no word of a lie, I've seen this on Facebook. Putting the Christmas decorations up, treating this like the Christmas break that we have. I've seen loads of this, right?
Should we wear our Christmas jumpers tomorrow?
Oh, Christmas jumpers.
I think I might, I don't know, I think I've got one. I'll see. It's definitely 100% acrylic though, so it'll probably melt.
Right, let's try it. Right, you set a date, Joe. We're going to absolutely try and wear Christmas jumpers in the morning.
Okay,
so,
fabulous.
Christmas tomorrow. The good news for you is, because we don't normally do Christmas in April, we're doing buy one, get one free on everything in the show.
Whoop, whoop.
So everything Christmas that we're going to be showing you is buy one, get one free. Not 2 of the same things, you wouldn't want that. But like if we're doing edgeables, it's buy one, get one free. We're doing create the cards, buy one design, get another one free. So a fantastic show at 11 o'clock in the morning, not to be missed, okay? So don't forget, I'm going to go and photograph these beautiful cards that we made with the Nature's Garden, give them away over on my Facebook page, okay? And then don't forget how gorgeous my Sultry Sue was. I just want to remind you, she's called Sultry Sue.
I'm going to start calling you Sultry Sue.
If you're only going for a couple of these on the website, you can get Sultry Sue. However, if you're going to want all of them, don't just be getting Sultry Sue, get the whole collection, because if you were going to buy 4, you get the other 2 for free, right?
Yes.
So don't miss out on that. We'll see you at 11 o'clock in the morning, and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and without Christmas jumpers on. In fact, you know what? You wear your Christmas jumpers too. Be Christmassy with us and send us your pictures. Yes, good
that would
plan.
that would be absolutely fabulous. I cannot wait. We'll see you back here for another fun-filled, action-packed day tomorrow. Take care.